I was away for a bit because I was kind of reevaluating YouTube and my whole career, to be honest. And I noticed that I never really talk here. I just post really edited and performance-based videos, and I don't really sit down and have a chat and just talk how I talk to a friend even. So I want to start this new series where I sit down, record a video, upload it, and see where it takes me. I have a theme in mind, which is facilitating workshops, because I've been doing that since over 5 years, and I've got a lot of knowledge and experience that I want to share. And I've also noticed that many people are leaning towards this kind of career at the moment. Many creatives want to share their creative approach and their way of doing art in workshops. And I think it's great. As an art therapist, I think that's what we all need more of. So I want to start this series with what did 5 years of facilitating workshops actually tell me about people? What did teach me about people? And so what surprised me the most about workshops is that people come alone. I never thought that there was so many people that have the courage or even the interest of coming alone to a creative workshop. But because I'm shy, I'm an introvert, and I don't really go anywhere alone unless I really know that it's gonna be my thing. So I guess they already know that they love creativity and they love the way it doesn't force a conversation, it just comes naturally. And so that is something that surprised me. I think a lot of people come alone, but they come out of it with new friends, or not friends, but new acquaintances that maybe become friends. Yeah, and I'm just looking at my notes here. I wrote down what patterns repeat themselves in workshops. So I can say that the workshops have always had different themes, but something that always comes up is people are so surprised about their skills. Like they come to the workshop and they think that they don't know how to draw, they don't know how to do a collage, or they just talk down on themselves for no reason, because probably, well, there is a reason. They probably have been told that they are not creative enough, or they have been comparing themselves to others and more creative people, whatever that means. And so they have this negative thinking around creativity and art making about themselves that kind of gets shattered in the workshops, and that's always such a really lovely sight. What do participants struggle with the most? I would say they struggle with actually, that's also a bit my fault. They struggle with finishing in the time frame that was set. And I know I'm to blame, because when I see that people are so into the artworks and so into creating, that I don't want to be like, hey guys, we said it's over at 11 and it's 11 now, we have to stop. Sometimes it continues a bit after, and it's as a facilitator, I think I need to be more severe, but I also, as a person, I know when you are in the flow, you have a hard time stopping. So I do allow them a bit more time afterwards, always. And but participants, they struggle with keeping up time. What helps people open up in workshops? The way I lead the workshops, it's always kind of, it's not about them, it's not about their productivity, and it's not about their art skills. It's about coming together and doing something together, and then celebrating each other's. This is a hard question. What helps people open up? I think people tend to open up when they feel that there's nothing that they have to be afraid of. There's not gonna be a comparison. No one's gonna judge them. And I always mention it in the beginning that we're here together. There's no right or wrong, and I am not anything special. I don't know anything more than them. I want to be on the same level as them. I do also try to co-work. I also create with them. So in my workshops I also do the prompt myself. Maybe I wouldn't do it that way because I already know what the prompt is like. I'll always do it a bit different. But I think it helps for people to open up when they see that the leader, the facilitator is also creating with them and not afraid to show up and to be vulnerable themselves and share something about themselves. And the last question about what 5 years of facilitating workshops taught me about people is what misconceptions did I have in the beginning. So I really didn't want to host workshops in the beginning. I wanted to focus. I just got a message and it's very confusing. So what I noticed that I struggled with understanding was that in the beginning I thought that I will host workshops so that I can have more one-on-one clients and I can go deeper with the clients that I had in the workshop. But I think I didn't notice that community is such a healing aspect, and people really, really are lonely and they want to be in community. They want to collectively do the same thing collectively, because there's so little moments in adulthood where you can just be together in an environment that is not work, not productivity driven, or school where you also are in competing mode. And so in these workshops, coming together and doing art, it's healthy for them, and they notice that they need those moments in their week, that they can just be themselves, show up to be themselves and take up space in their everyday life for those moments where they can be with other people and not having to perform, not having to be judged, or not having to say anything wise, or where they can just show up and be themselves. And so this was kind of a misconception. It's a dumb word, but so this was kind of what I thought before starting workshops, that I thought people need therapy and need to go deeper, and they need to see and explore themselves on a regular basis, and that's gonna make a difference. But I think some people, they just need a bit more connection to others in their life, and I think that's a good first step for them to. So I think workshops are a good first step for them to do that and make space for that, but also for themselves and to connect to themselves. Yeah, that's it. If that's something that's interesting, I will also create a freebie, create something to download, because I have so much knowledge about workshops and facilitating workshops that I want to share, and I don't want to gatekeep. I want you to, if you feel that you want to host a creative workshop and you don't know how to start, I want you to be able to learn through my videos, but you can also contact me via my email, or I have a Calendly account. So please feel free to reach out and let me know if you have questions about this, because it's a subject that's dear to me, and I want the whole world to host creative workshops and be able to attend to workshops. Yeah.